everybody. Welcome to the Todd and Erin's daily stream.
What happened to the lisp?
No.
You said we were going to do a lisp. You just totally set me up.
No, we're not.
Fine. Whatever.
You know, it's funny, though,
What?
is that being in broadcasting, so many people we work with over the years had a speech issue when they were younger, and then they overcame it, and they ended up doing radio or television.
I think a lot of professions are like that, though, where you overcompensate.
Right. You overdid. You fixed something, and then you moved on with it and faced your fears. Oh, my gosh.
Except for that one guy, the crazy guy who actually used his lisp as part of his thing.
Who?
Ugly, what's his name?
Ugly Jerry.
No, that was his name, actually. I'm not calling him that. That was his name.
Ugly Jerry.
Yeah, he used it as a thing.
Shut up, you. I'm the funny one here. That was him.
Oh, let's move on. Okay,
Not making fun of him. Yeah, I am. I got to tell you, summer's here. And just when I think I cannot be demoralized more, it happens. So we live on a hill. I think that's fair, right?
More like that.
No, realistically. I think
More like that.
I think.
No, that's way too flat.
Okay.
Go on.
So the point is that, you know, it starts off with a guy walking. Guy walks up the hill, and I'm like, that's pretty good. I should be out there doing it. But do I? No. Then I see someone in their 20s. They're running.
I hate that. The worst part is when it's a woman and she's running with her baby carriage and her thighs are like the size of my wrist. And I'm like, really? Okay, you're making the rest of us look bad. I'm still resting on baby weight for my twins who are in high school now. Excuse me.
Okay, so I'm back. And I watch these people. Then I see the mountain bikers come. Now, it's really hard to get up there. So what they do is they put it in the lowest gear they can. And their legs are going like this, and they're literally moving this fast.
Yeah.
Just fast enough to balance. And they go up the hill. And just when I thought
there's no shame.
It could not get
off and walk.
Any worse, and anything that would make me want to eat cake more, is yesterday, this fit 20-something-year-old blonde
thing
is running up the hill.
Yeah.
Pushing a wheelchair with a person in it. And I'm watching her go by, and I'm just like, holy
crap. No freaking way, right?
And then when she hits the next street, she goes across, gets back on the sidewalk, and then she kicks it in. We're already halfway up the hill. She's already come halfway up the hill. She hits it, and she takes off even faster.
All right, I just give up. I'm blowing up to the size of an island.
I get exhausted when I thumb wrestle.
I mean,
and I think maybe that's the thing, but couldn't get any worse. Except for across the world, across the nation.
How do you get any more humbled than that?
Kids' lemonade stands are being closed down by the cops.
Oh, isn't that funny?
Now, I know that
it's actually not funny. It's awful and sad. But
I doubt that they get together in the meeting that the cops all do on their shift, and they get together and let's look out for Johnny Rotten. He's out there. Show a picture of him, and they're like, "You got it. We're out there." I don't think at any time the commander-in-chief of the police
overlook all the crimes, the vandalism, the murder. Don't
get those kids off the street with the lemonade stands. It's funny too because Country Time Lemonade.
Yes, I just read that
has put up a legal fund.
They say if your kids get in trouble and get fined for this, they will pay the fine.
Right.
But it's the thing that I don't understand that is an issue here is that everybody knows how you do a lemonade stand, and you help the kids and you get it set up and try to make it look moderately appealing, and then you buy your hideous little half cup of warm lemonade.
Right. Yeah, it's awesome.
You pretend to drink it. You go thank you, and then as you get back in your car, you pour it out on the ground.
Spit it out.
No one in their right mind is going to drink lemonade made for you by a 7-year-old. I can totally see Zoe's hand in there. Why would you do that? But you want to encourage entrepreneurial spirit.
Hey, where's my hamster? Oh. So
he needed a bath.
And I'm sure it's only select because the other policemen are out there protecting those lemonade stands.
Actually, at least here in Salt Lake County, I know it is legal to have a lemonade stand.
9 or under. Mm-hmm. So there's a legal age limit.
Well, I also think they're probably going, if you're at a lemonade stand, you know what you're getting.
Right.
Okay. I think at this point, they're just assuming human common sense, like, You know what you're getting if you buy from them. Okay, so it's kind of like the street vendors in Tijuana when you get a bacon-wrapped hot dog and it's
at
like
2 in the morning.
And
You're
it tastes
gonna
delicious.
die.
But you really,
No.
you knew what you were in for.
Right. It's like day-old sushi at a gas station.
That's not autobiographical. Anyway,
that thing, telling a story about yourself. So anyway, what else is going on? This happened, we started hearing about this, Friday?
What was that?
Yesterday. Smart.
Oh,
wait, let's show the video first. I'm sorry.
Oh, the crosswalk?
Let's. Erin walks because she wants to make me feel bad. And when did this happen?
No, it was yesterday, and it was so entertaining. I sat there and went, I have to take a picture of this.
To document
because this is it's an area I know really well, and it's one of those inner neighborhoods, where you get all the screwy streets that sort of meet in V's, and then you have like notices like you should go first, and you're never sure. And I guess they thought, I'll solve this problem here.
Oh, okay, all right.
By creating a crosswalk.
All right, well, let's watch, shall we?
So in my latest series of things that make absolutely no sense here in the 801, I'd like to introduce you to the Crosswalk to Nowhere. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the crosswalk that firmly tells you you can cross here safely to nowhere. Because as you can see, you end up in a ditch. See, the thing that's the sweetest about the crosswalk to nowhere is that there's a couple of weeds there that carefully disguise it, but once you step onto that curb, you're going into a 3-foot ditch. So it's like, but thank the good Lord, you will cross the street safely
into the ditch
before you land into the ditch. And I think that shows that our city founders care about us.
Okay. That's just so sad.
Well, this is anyone who's ever had to go to a parole hearing, and I've pep talked a couple of friends who have gone through this for various reasons, and It's brutal. It's like going through the case again. It's like going through the court case again.
If you're the victim of this and you see the perpetrator,
you're going through all those same experiences. Right. It's all brought out again by the parole board,
and you get a chance to speak against this person getting out. And basically, that's your job, to be there.
Now, Elizabeth Smart had the unhappy experience of Wanda Barzee, of course, who was Scumbag's first wife, and had encouraged and assisted in all of the things that happened to her. And she was up for a parole hearing. So Elizabeth is gearing.
You have to,
She's doing all these things.
Seriously.
And I have to say, I love this woman, mainly because I've never seen anyone who could rise above what has happened to her better than she has.
Right.
Become a force for good in the world.
2 little babies.
And show the elegance of who she is.
Right.
And the pride and the courage of what she can do.
Right.
But she geared. She was ready.
And then?
And she found out that Barzee didn't even bother to show up for her own parole hearing. And she said, this is on her Elizabeth Smart's Instagram, she said, the funny side of this morning is that when I got to the state prison once, it was already over due to a silly mix-up. The good news, she wasn't released. But I find, however, troubling that regardless of her threat level, she will be released in 2024, 6 years from now. It's possible she will be paroled before then, hopefully not.
Right.
I do not think I'm a vindictive or vengeful person. If change were truly possible in her case, then perhaps parole and release could be justified. Mm-hmm. But I recently learned she's still carrying around a manuscript called the Book of Emmanuel David Isaiah and is reading from it. In this manuscript were the revelations Mitchell received from God to kidnap myself and 6 other young girls to all become his wives. It was also revealed with his other highly disturbing and dangerous ideas. Now, if this hasn't proved this woman has no intention of changing. She has consistently refused mental health assistance. I'm not sure.
An evaluation. She wouldn't leave her cell. She wouldn't get in the vehicle.
Yeah.
I think she's just where she needs to be. I don't mean to be vengeful, but I would like to see her stay there the rest of her life.
Elizabeth said, this is proof to me she hasn't changed, and if the prior 15-plus years has not changed her, I don't see how the future years will. No. She said, I'll continue to pray that she'll never be a threat to myself or my family or any other vulnerable person again. She says, a lot can happen between now and the years to come, so in the meantime, I'm going to make my family my priority, work to advocate and protect victims and children, and just live my life in the best way I know how.
That's how you do it. Classy.
I think Elizabeth's amazing, but the fact that you can still be paroled when it's very, very clear that the same pathology is evident, really is troubling.
The Flint, Michigan has come to West Jordan, evidently.
Yay!
What's going on with this?
Well, they say they're going to lift this by this evening, we hope. West Jordan said that they do want to do a water boil advisory The biggest area was the Siena Vista neighborhood. That's near 70th South and 5600 West. It's a precautionary boil, which is always the phrase that makes me itchy. It's precautionary. Because, but apparently...
just in case.
There's just questions about whether or not this is canal water versus culinary.
Oh, geez.
And anyone who's driven along a canal...
Right.
Boil. They do say it should be lifted by 5, so we'll let you know if there's a change. But
yeah, when do you trust it, though? When do you trust it?
3 weeks from now?
The water's in your pipes.
Oh,
it's
yeah. You'd have to run it for a while, wouldn't you?
You're going to use up that water. Then the water, the bad water, is in the mains on the street, and it goes back. And when do those get flushed off? I'm thinking December 3rd. You're
not making me feel good about this at all.
I would trust it. I mean, seriously, when would you... oh, it's okay now. No.
Anytime I hear an official go, it's fine, like that,
You drink it.
Yeah.
There's been so many cases where there has been a poisoning or pollution or something like that, and they're all like this, and they're like, no, everything's fine. And I remember someone who was watching the news conference came up with a glass and then said, drink it then.
That was the mayor of Flint, and he refused.
And he goes, oh, no, I can't do that. Yeah. Meanwhile... there's people who are drinking at a sewage treatment plant and where the water comes out and it's like crystal clear and you could jug that water all day long. But Mr. Wimpman wouldn't drink the water, which he said was all safe.
Let's move on. Let's go to news. Daisy's in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom, and she is brought to you by Fink & McGregor Mortgages Made Simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. In 4 minutes, you know what you qualify for, and someone will call you back in the next business day. Mention Todd and Erin sent you. Also by Brio Technologies, your experts in lighting, sound, and video. They can create a media wall for your business that makes you look like you are in the next era. Also by the New Millennium Financial Group. This is the time to start figuring out what you're doing for your family and your retirement and your life. It's peak financial earning time, so make it count. Go to utahsfinancialplanner.com. Daisy, my dear, what's going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Hello, everyone. Here's what's making news on Wednesday, June 13th on GephardtDaily.com. A 35-year-old man who was shot following an alleged break-in at a South Salt Lake apartment complex early Sunday morning has been identified by police. The suspect is Raphael Ames, a resident of South Salt Lake, officials said. Ames, who was in stable condition after the shooting, has been moved from the hospital and booked into the Salt Lake County Jail on one charge of second-degree felony burglary. He has not yet been formally charged. Police responded on the shooting at Brickstone Apartments at 220 East, 3300 South, shortly before 4:30 a.m. Information from dispatch indicated someone had attempted to break into an apartment and was shot. Police in West Valley City are investigating a fatal auto-pedestrian accident which claimed the life of an unidentified woman early Wednesday morning. West Valley City police officers were called to the intersection of 3300 South and 1466 West just after 1:45 a.m. When police arrived, they found the body of an adult female dead in the street. It appeared the woman was struck by a small passenger car which was heading eastbound on 3300 South. The driver stopped immediately and was cooperating with police. Investigators say there are no crosswalks in the area. And a fire in Moab destroyed several homes Tuesday night and forced the evacuation of residents who were in the path of the swiftly moving flames. According to the Moab City Police Department, a brush fire threatening structures was reported to the Grand County Sheriff's Office Dispatch Center at about 5:50 p.m. Responders from the Sheriff's Office, Moab PD, Moab Valley Fire Department, and Grand County Emergency Medical Services found a large fire in a wooded area west of the Cinema Court apartment complex. Residents in the area were immediately evacuated, and firefighters began protection and suppression efforts. The flames were wind-driven and fed by dry grass and cottonwood trees in the area. The cause of the fire isn't known at this time. And time now for a look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the high-tech, long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be hot, 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 with temps hitting the upper 90s. The weekend is looking pretty perfect, with temps in the low 80s. And Father's Day is predicted to be 83 degrees and sunny. That's it for now. For more news and weather 24/7, go to GephardtDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. New Millennium Financial. I keep thinking of analogies on how to do this. Let's say you're going to build a tree fort. Stay with me. And you've picked out your tree, and then you have all these supplies laying around. Now, what you need is a person who's done this before to walk in and say, okay, let's organize what you have. And New Millennium Financial Group, that's exactly what they do. They see your 401k, they see your savings, they look at the equity in the house. They are going to ask you, you got any kids that are going to go to college? Do you like any of your kids? Do you want to leave them any money, or do you want to spend it all to the last penny? When are you going to retire? These are the questions they're going to ask. And much like that person who knows how to build a tree fort, they're going to put all the pieces together, and next thing you know, you're financially solvent, and you also have a tree fort. It's that easy.
There was an elegant simplicity to that has left me speechless.
Oh, I'm simple, all right.
But hot. And I think that's the important thing.
Awesome.
All right, Christopher's Prime Steakhouse. Tell me how glorious this
I'm going to talk
would be.
about Anthony Bourdain first.
Oh, that's right.
I was
This
really
is
sad.
amazing.
I was really saddened by this when he died.
Well, thanks to you, I've been watching his shows for, 10 years? Have you been following?
Yeah.
At least?
I think I've seen every show. You gave me the DVD collection. I might not be able to finish this.
But he's an amazing man. He's brilliant. If you've never seen him, he did.
He's a writer.
He had been Parts Unknown on CNN, where he would take you to all these places, and not only would he talk about the food and show the food, but he also showed the culture, and there was an incredible respect. I've seen food channels where they go and they go, oh, look at this weird thing we're going to eat, which was so incredibly insulting to the population. To these
Plus, he was a
people
smart ass.
He was that
which
good.
always is big in my ranking. You know what? And one of the things he did, I'm going to have you finish this. What he did is he took you to little places, and a little noodle place in Taiwan or whatever. And one of the things that was going on, this is in New York, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's a family who were all sharing the same apartment, big family, Asian, living in Flushing, New York. They had this, imagine this, they had a restaurant in the basement of a food mall. No, a mall.
At the Golden Shopping Mall.
Oh, my gosh.
Basement food stall.
Struggling. Well, when Anthony Bourdain goes to towns, he gets fixers. He gets food critics that he knows, foodies and stuff. And they take him to, like, these, like Moochie's downtown. No one would know about it unless a local told you about it. Anyway, so he took him down there.
And all the street food he's shown.
So he took him down to this one restaurant in the basement of a mall. And he went through and he was raving about it. He said, why are you in a basement? This is unbelievable. And he told his audience that this is something that they have to experience. Guess what?
Well, now
they started experiencing it.
Zion's Famous Foods has 12 branches across New York City.
Now.
Wang says it is all thanks to Bourdain. This is 8 years after the episode, and they have exploded to this level. And Wang says he finally got the chance to thank Bourdain for the visit that changed his family's lives forever. He said, I remember years later in 2015, I approached Tony and said, you may not know who I am, have any idea what you did for my family and our business, but simply by saying you enjoyed the food, you created our American dream and you gave us the chance to succeed here. And we were able to grow our business and provide great food for our guests, opportunities for our employees. And I looked him in the eyes and I said, this is something we will always be grateful for, Tony. And he simply replied, I'm just calling out good food like it is.
Then,
so, as a means of repaying the culinary star.
After the suicide.
Yeah.
What they did is they took all their 12 stores and they took a day and they turned all their profits in, which is about $60,000.
And it was donated to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
Right.
The thing that's so amazing about that is once the story came out about Wang and all of his family, that now there's over 40 different restaurants across the country who have also had experiences with Anthony Bourdain that are also donating their profits to the suicide hotline. And if you know somebody you think might need this, please, this is the time. Everybody needs to be together for each other. You need to reach out if you need help, and you need to reach out if you think someone needs help.
Ask them.
The National Suicide Prevention Hotline, once again, it's 1-800-273-TALK. 1-800-273-TALK.
All right, so once again, on Friday, we sent someone to Christopher's with 3 of their friends.
As we discuss incredible food.
And then they also send us taunting pictures. Why do you do this? We were sitting there, what were we eating? Cold chicken and bean salad, and they were eating filet mignon. They had
You
side
know, the
dishes.
one that was so tender you could cut it with a
Oh,
fork.
my gosh. Oh. Anyway, so the deal is we want to send you as well. So all you have to do is share the show.
That's it. Just share the show today. If you're watching us on Get Part Daily or Get Part Approved, just share it from there. If you're here on the Todd and Erin page, good morning. Just share it from here. We pick someone who shared it at the end of the week, and boom, you're gone. And it doesn't matter what time of the day or whenever you're watching this. We still give this away every week. So go ahead, share, and you should be next.
All right, coming up next, it's a soda only Hitler would like.
Seriously?
What a tease. We'll tell you next.
We're brought to you by Fink & McGregor. Mortgages made simple. Just head to fink-mcgregor.com. Take 4 minutes to answer some questions, and you'll get a great idea about mortgages that you're eligible for. And by Stay Fit Wellness Clinic. Go get a personalized health analysis. This is the time to get back in shape. Feel better, feel younger, and without a ton of new medications at stayfitwellnessclinic.com.
Hi, welcome back to the Todd and Erin Daily Story. All right, so...
It's okay that you're moved about Anthony Bourdain. He was an amazing person, and it's amazing that people are reaching out in such a beautiful way.
Yep.
It's okay to be emotional about that. I was
stop
verklempt.
talking now.
Okay.
Any moment.
Sorry.
Good. It's the only time I get to my wife to tell her to shush. Right here, right now. We have it on tape.
Did you just hush me?
Yeah, I did.
Tomorrow will be the Erin show.
There is always that one mistake. What's the most expensive thing you broke at work? I mean, you think about it. We've talked to people who emptied an entire vat of soft ice cream cone mix down the drain. Down the drain. You
Remember
turned the
that
wrong
guy
valve.
who had that like $250,000 lifter thingy bobber, and then he crashed it into the warehouse wall?
Another guy's taken a forklift and driven it off the dock onto the ground.
Yeah, that's
Not good. Dropping things.
They hate that.
This happened at a Maverick store. This is Stansbury Park. Don't worry about along the Wasatch Front. You're fine. Because if you had this happen to you in Stansbury Park, you wouldn't make it to the Wasatch Front. You couldn't.
You'd be by the side of the road by now. So
They put
it's
gas
okay.
in the diesel tanks at the storage tanks at the Maverick up there. So this is what happens. It breaks your car. And if you had this done, what they were telling everybody, and like I said, you're not going to have to worry about this. This was only Stansbury area because the car stopped within miles. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But they're doing restitution. They've got all the things set up. They're fixing people's cars. But what it reminded me of, the only reason I'm telling this story is because my friend and I lived on a farm, and my friend wanted to help out, and he'd done some tractor work before. And so we were doing potatoes out of the ground, and the tractor got low. And so he went with the other tractor, and he towed out the gas wagon and then filled it with gasoline in a diesel vehicle, just like that. And just to reinforce...
What is that essentially, what does that do, just so we can...
it doesn't go and it hurts things inside. And just to make a bigger point for the farmer about college people, he said, if we learn any more, we're not going to know crap. You college kids, oh my gosh.
Did you say he was always offended by joggers running by? Because he'd be like, I'll give them... If they need exercise, I can give them
They
exercise.
call it jogging back then. You know, this is 19...
Well, that's why they called it jogging. Now they call it running.
Oh, it was not jogging back then. It was running. And you just ran at different speeds, and that was fine. And he'd be sitting there, and we'd be shoveling like knee-deep cow poop and like this and doing all this weird stuff. And he would stop dead in his tracks and just watch these people
I'm sure it just makes no comprehensible sense to him. I mean,
the street. And he's like, you need to burn off calories. I got a fence to build. You could come dig the fence holes. And it's just like he just could not. It's like if he saw someone on a treadmill, he'd just shoot you. Because it just didn't make any... He wouldn't shoot you, but he'd push you off. It just didn't make any sense to him. Because he went to bed tired every day.
All right, explain the
Nazi...
Nazi...
Hear these college kids running around.
Explain the Third Reich soda to me.
You're
one
going
that only
to have
Hitler
this,
would love.
I believe.
I do.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Well, this is interesting. Real Soda Utah put out a new soda, and they said, you know what?
Oh, I had no idea this was local.
Oh, it's local.
Oh, my God.
Hey, we thought that everyone would have a great sense of humor.
Right.
And, there's a wide variety of sodas and flavors that everyone can enjoy.
Read that again. Read that what you just read.
There's a wide variety of flavors and sodas that everyone can enjoy, and we would just hope that you'd have a sense of humor.
A sense of humor.
Uh-huh. This is the, as you can see, that is the Third Reich sign, Nazi sign.
What do the words say?
It's called Nazi Cola.
Nazi Cola. Let that soak in just for a second.
Nazi Cola.
I got nothing. And they actually produced this, and they actually designed the cans. Wait a minute. People were seeing this being done, and no one spoke up.
Oh, they have others. Lenin Aid, as in Lenin, the one that caused mass
Stalin
genocide.
Strawberry.
Yeah, and Orthodox Juice. It just seems like, with a wide variety of names and descriptions one could come up with.
Right.
That maybe Nazi Cola is not a good one.
No, and since they're going for the whole dictator thing, that's silly and stupid.
Apparently, this was trending on Twitter yesterday. Macy's just put a statement saying that these 3 products are going to be taken off the store and that they were purchased without corporate knowledge.
What do you mean they were purchased with who?
Well, but if you have a deal with Real Soda Utah and you go, okay, stock blank brands.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They're saying we didn't know that Nazi Cola was one of them.
Right.
So Macy's at least is uncomfortable with stocking this now.
Well, they should.
And Real Cola Utah,
it's horrible.
Real Soda Utah. It's not that I think you're bad, but it's like you need a better excuse than we thought you had a sense of humor.
You got to get more people in that corporate meeting that kind of look at these things that they're planning to do and go, "Oh, I got a question."
Because I got a real dark sense of humor. So does Todd. We do. It's dark.
Not that.
But that's not something we would often release into public.
You get a sense of humor.
You know what I mean?
About Nazis.
It's so funny when it's no.
Okay.
Okay, that was good. Okay. So, coming up next, this is so cool. Gal Gadot is back.
Who?
There's a new Wonder Woman, and there's a spoiler. So be prepared to plug your ears if you absolutely don't want to hear it, but it's a cool spoiler.
I will warn you. You know how
it's a totally
works.
Cool spoiler. It's coming up next.
We're brought to you by Stay Fit Wellness Clinic. If you're tired of feeling sick and tired, it's time to make an appointment with Dr. Bourdain for a new holistic health plan to make you feel better, lose weight, sleep well at stayfitwellnessclinic.com. And by Magic Wash with 2 locations in South Ogden and Layton. Come in for the ceramic car wash that keeps your car cleaner longer by sheeting all the dirt and the water off your nice shiny finish.
Welcome back to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream. It is the Todd and Erin Hollywood Connection brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. Just go to Utah Heating and Cooling. This is a really good time to start working on your swamp cooler or your air conditioner, like right now, before it goes to 207 degrees in July. Okay, this is so cool. Gal Gadot.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Gal Gadot.
Okay, before you start this.
There's 2 different ways, Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot. I'm going to go with Gal Gadot. Okay, that's the last thing I heard.
Before you do this, you're not going to do the thing about the spoiler until the end of this, and I will warn you.
All right. Gal Gadot, who I love.
Look at her.
The most adorable woman ever, and she's beautiful, but more importantly, she was a former Israeli paratrooper. She has a great sense of humor. Yeah. She's funny. She's really nice.
She's wearing leather.
She also turned down a hugely lucrative contract because it was with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
And this was before the big thing came out.
Really?
Like, no, I'm not working with you. I love this woman.
Interesting.
Well, they just came out with the next Wonder Woman. It's going to be Wonder Woman 1984.
What's that mean?
I don't know why they picked 1984.
When was the other one?
Well, it was back in World War II.
I don't watch it.
Remember?
No.
We've seen this together.
No, I watch 10 minutes of every movie and I fall asleep.
Now, here's where we go. And
they should make movies 10 minutes long.
At the end, they come in. She's into the present day, and she's looking at the last pictures of love that she has of Steve Trevor, her handsome, pilot that she'd fallen in love with during the World War, and he'd given his life to.
This is not the spoiler.
To take the evil bomb. Yeah, this is the first movie everyone's seen that. To take the evil bomb away and save everybody's lives. Well.
I have a question.
Here we are to 1984, so number 1, the fashions are going to suck. Number 2, yes.
Does she have the pads on her outfit? Like 80s? Okay, and the other question
Wonder
is,
Woman is
why does she
timeless.
look the same? Oh, is that this thing?
Wonder Woman is timeless.
So she's never going to grow old.
She's immortal.
So she has to find a new love interest because he's old and probably dead.
Well, he was dead because remember he flew up into the sky with the bat.
I only watched the first 10 minutes of every movie.
Ready for the spoiler?
Okay,
Ready?
now wait a minute.
You don't want the spoiler, but
Okay.
it's going to be everywhere. It's not like I'm telling you something you're not going to see 40 times today.
All
But
right.
plug your ears if you don't want to.
Plug your ears, and when I go like this with jazz hands, it's over. Okay? Ready? Go.
Steve Trevor is alive. Steve Trevor is alive. She finds him. He's standing right there, and he's wearing his flight suit and everything. Somehow he lived. Somehow. Way to go, DC Comics. I'm proud of you. So Steve Trevor is alive. Either that or it's his identical grandson, which seems almost creepier to me. So I'm going for it's the original Steve Trevor. But yes, Chris Pine is back. Huh? I'm so excited for this movie.
Why was that necessary?
Gal Gadot. Because he's in all.
Oh,
he's
no,
in the premieres.
watch it. Watch your,
He's in the premiere.
Watch your mouth
I didn't
and
say
going
anything.
there. So why is that important for people to know prior to seeing this?
Because it's a big revelation and it changes the whole view of what's going to happen in this movie.
Okay, so I want to take you to December 25th. Actually, I'm going to take you to December 1st. And I go and I buy you a fantastic present that I know you're going to love.
It's all over Twitter, Todd.
And
It's not like I can hide it from
And I
them.
walk into the house and I take that box and I just open it up, let you look at it, and then I shut it, and then it's gone. It's like that.
It's all over Twitter. It's going to be everywhere. Everyone's going to see it.
But you wanted to be one of the people who breaks this and breaks their hearts.
Everyone's going to be happy. No one's heart's going to be broken about this. This is happy news. This is very happy news.
Just in case you were wondering, the Titanic sinks. Okay.
You were so annoying.
I just don't
All right,
understand.
we're going to Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily newsroom.
She wouldn't want to know a spoiler.
She would too. She's brought to you by New Millennium Financial Group. Of course, they are your experts in getting your retirement back on track. Go to Utah's Financial Planner. Also by Stay Fit Wellness Center. This is a perfect time to get a Father's Day special. And by Fink & McGregor, mortgages made simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com and you're going to find all kinds of different options within 4 minutes. And someone calls you back the next business day. Just tell them Todd and Erin sent you. Daisy, my dear, what is going on today?
Thanks, Todd and Erin. Here's what's making news in the US and around the world Wednesday, June 13th on GephartDaily.com. A federal judge on Tuesday said Special Counsel Robert Mueller must reveal the names of people and organizations he believes acted as unregistered foreign agents in the case against Paul Manafort. U.S. District Judge Amy Berman Jackson ordered Mueller's team to give a list of the identities to Manafort's lawyers by Friday. The unidentified agents, including former European politicians, allegedly acted at Manafort's behest in a scheme to lobby on behalf of Ukraine. The judge also requested the identities of other people Manafort is accused of trying to influence, which led to new witness tampering charges last week. Lava flow from Hawaii's Kalau volcano has created 250 acres of new land in the ocean, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The agency's Hawaiian Volcano Observatory said lava from Fissure 8 created a channel sending the flow into the ocean at Kapoho Bay. HVO confirmed that the lava delta in the bay was about 250 acres as of Tuesday afternoon. Last week, officials said lava destroyed some 600 homes along the coast. On Thursday, Hawaii Governor David Ige signed a memo to free up $12 million in immediate disaster relief to pay for police, fire, public works, and civil defense personnel. And a proposal to split California into 3 states will be on California's November ballot. The initiative to get the proposal on the ballot received nearly 462 signatures, which was more than enough to get a spot. The initiative has been spearheaded and funded by billionaire venture capitalist Tim Draper, who said splitting California into 3 states would emphasize representation, responsiveness, reliability, and regional identity. And time now for another look at the Wasatch Front weather, brought to you by Brio Technologies, Utah's #1 audiovisual specialists, and by Magic Wash, home of the high-tech, long-lasting ceramic car wash with outlets in South Ogden and Layton. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be very hot with temps hitting the upper 90s. The weekend, however, is looking pretty perfect with temps in the low 80s. Father's Day is predicted to be in the low 80s and sunny, and early next week is also looking very comfortable with temps in the upper 70s and mid 80s. That's all for now from One News 24/7. Check out GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. Why in the world would you, and I've read the article, split California into 3 chunks?
Well, no, they've been pushing for that for a long time.
Well, Texas wants to leave the country as well, but I don't understand. Well, California's too big now.
Yeah, but they were doing the whole big push with the Inland Empire and trying to, separate everything. But they were saying that there would be more centralized power that way. I don't get the concept of there'll be a more localized identity. Every Californian I've ever met was always like, I'm from California. Right. All of it belongs to me.
Right.
I've never had anyone go, oh, I'm ashamed of all the other parts of California.
Right.
California is the glamour state. Everybody thinks they're cool if they're California.
I'll take the dark blue section on the bottom left of that picture. That's what I'm going to take.
That's because that's where the ocean is and all the expensive real estate.
I don't care about real estate.
I don't see the logic
I'll be
of
flattening that and opening it up for all people to enjoy.
I'm not sure I understand its logic, but okay.
I've read like 3 articles on it, and it's just like, okay, well, it just seems like
but they have enough signatures.
You people want more money and protecting your money and protecting your real estate and who walks around it and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's kind of interesting.
All right, well, speaking of real estate, Fink and McGregor, it was funny, I was talking to Jeff Stout, who is neither Fink nor McGregor, but the owner of Fink and McGregor, and we were talking about whether or not to wait or not, because when Todd and I sold our house, it was like instantly, and I was thinking, well, we were thinking to wait another year or so, see if it settles out, and he goes, are you out of your freaking mind? And he went through all the things that are going on, and just hearing this man tick off information and statistics and ideas and stuff are just, wow, okay. He's that brilliant. But the cool thing about that is because he is a broker, he can go through a million different options for you. You're not stuck at a bank, and anyone who's trying to buy right now or sell knows that speed is everything.
You better go in approved.
If you have the miracle of thinking you're getting something at a bargain, you better have already had the mortgage sitting there at your back and waiting.
We had someone make an offer on our house, and they were like the third, I think, offer to come in, and they were like, we'd like to buy your house. And we're like, okay, so we asked the questions, not us, a realtor, and it's like, okay, you guys ready to finance and all that? And it was like, no, we like your house.
I think the first offer came in 15 minutes after the door opened for the open house.
So anyway,
but this is what you're looking at.
You got to be prepared.
And this is why
Fink and McGregor.
This is why you go to Fink and McGregor, though, because they will save you thousands upon thousands of dollars in mortgage costs, and they will get you done usually within 30 days. It's amazing. Fink and McGregor, just go to fink-mcgregor.com.
I want to tell you a story that it's like probably one of the better stories of the month.
All right.
And state trooper pulls someone over. Okay, so what's the feeling you get when somebody pulls you over? It's
Was I going too fast, officer?
Oh, no, you're just like, hi, how are you? I always have my hands on the steering wheel.
I'm a girl, so I can bend over and be rifling around in the glove compartment without anyone.
I always wait, and I say, may I get my stuff out of the, it's just common courtesy, because they come up and they're, no, you're okay if you got your hands on. So anyway, this officer, and his name is, he's New Jersey, is Michael Patterson, and he pulls this guy over for a moving violation. Probably some kind of criminal.
That looks kind of
probably toting illegal stuff in his car.
Okay.
So he pulls him over. And next thing you know, they started talking. Matthew Bailey is the older gentleman there. And they started talking, and they suddenly realized that they had some coincidences.
Matthew was a police officer. He was a retired police officer, right?
Right. When he got the ticket, he said, I'm a police officer, and I used to live over in so-and-so. And he goes, I live there too. That's great. And someone mentioned what street he lives on. And he goes, I know where that street is. I'll never forget it. Because back when I was a rookie, I delivered a baby on that street, like on the lawn. Michael Patterson says, that was me.
He would be that baby. How cool is that? And I loved watching them. I love that picture, especially to the right, where they just both look so happy. Because,
my understanding is he didn't get a ticket.
I wonder why. I love the weird confluence of events like that, though, that just like reinforce how we're all sort of bound in this world, no matter how big it is.
Where? That was me. What? Go back to the picture, Mike, for a second. You want to know what a uniform can do? Okay. Go back to the picture. All right. On the left,
He's stern. He's professional.
He's got the visor down.
I got a really, really, really good posture.
And then the guy, then his other picture on the right, he's just like, "Hey, how you doing?" And the other one is,
Because he looks so happy.
yeah, they are good. That's a cool story.
That's nice. All right, coming up next, Born to be Mild.
What?
Born to be mild.
Mild.
Not
Okay.
wild, but mild.
Mild. We'll talk about that next.
We're brought to you by Connect Heating and Air. Go to UtahHeatingandCooling.com for their $39 air conditioner tune-up special. Some care now could make the difference in hundreds of dollars of energy bills this summer. And by New Millennium Financial Group. Take your feeble financial health back to a more robust position with a consult with New Millennium Financial Group. They're offering a complimentary financial analysis to get you started at utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Hi, welcome back to the Todd and Erin Daily Stream.
Now, I've always liked motorcycle gangs. I watched Sons of Anarchy obsessively. I loved it. There's a group here in Utah that I really love called the Sober Riders, and they show up for a lot of events for charity and different things like that are adorable. I like them too.
When I was a kid, and I've told you this story, and we went across country, and we had a station wagon that faced backwards, the back seat, and you could lower the window down just in case you weren't getting enough fumes. And then luckily you
This
could just
explains so much about you.
lean out and just heave while you're going 65 miles an hour in a car that has no air conditioning because my dad. And so we were on the road, and this is back in and here come the Hells Angels. And our dad was very specific about what we do. And these are the horned, I mean, this is
The
like
ones that eat small animals raw with the fur on.
This is the real deal, okay, the Hells Angels. So we would see them. My dad said, "Oh, put your hands in your lap and don't have eye contact." So you'd look away like
Avoid eye
this.
contact, no eye contact, no eye contact.
But it didn't always work that way because he was worried they're going to like retaliate or something like that. So
Didn't like the way you were looking at him.
So they'd go by and I'd just give them a thumbs up. And
They probably
do it,
liked
and
it.
they did it back. And my dad saw that, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "No, I think they just like me."
I have that kind of face.
And then I threw up out the back of the car again. So anyway, the bikers, not too scary anymore. If you've ever noticed, most of them are like accountants and lawyers. And as a matter of fact, all the bikers are of that age that Harley Davidson is going out of business because the new generation coming up
millennials
behind,
are not interested in the Harleys, yeah.
not interested in Harleys anymore. So you have a lot of retirees and people driving Harleys and different bikes. But anyway, they're doing their big cruise. They do this from 125 members all across the country. They get together and they're going to do the Color Country Inspires rally.
So is this like that crazy rally that they have in like North Dakota where everybody goes up the hill and there's like shootings and stuff and it's like crazy and everyone's got the girlfriend on the back and then they have the T-shirt that says if the girlfriend's not there, she fell off. You know,
You can read this T-shirt.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
girl fell off. Mm-hmm. No, these are Mormons.
Oh.
This is a Mormon group. And basically they do public service projects.
What's their name? The Temple Riders?
The Temple Riders.
I love that. I'm sorry.
So,
I love you, Temple Riders. That is beautiful.
That's so funny. They're not going to have like a barroom brawl. They'll be like a chuck-a-ram and they'll do leg wrestling or something. But still has the spirit of hitting someone with a chair.
I'm sure it'll be almost identical.
So funny.
That is adorable.
I know.
The Temple Riders.
But if you ever see, this is God love them, but the bikers, a lot of them nowadays, some of them nowadays, first time they ever wore chaps, the women dress all up in it and stuff like that, and it's just, I don't know, it's just funny to me. Because I'm not really into a sport where I need a uniform. Like the bikers.
You're not a joiner. No.
The bicycle guys with the tight black pants. You have a whole new set of clothes you need for that. You know, fishing, you just show up and you fish. Motorcyclists now, you have to wear leather from head to toe, and they say it's for safety.
Someone come on, everybody looks cool in chaps.
Someone just wants a pair of leather pants. That's what it is.
Everyone looks cool in chaps. I'm not going to argue.
All right. I've taken some criticism. This started years ago. So I try to cook things that I think are different. And I'm doing a series on stuff you can cook on a stick.
It's perfect. It's summer. It's barbecue. You're going to a grill.
Absolutely.
You have things on sticks ready to toss those suckers down.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago I did chicken gizzards, marinated, of course. I'm not a barbarian. And then yesterday, you probably saw, I did octopus. And this is for that new thing where you go, they say, hey, we're having a barbecue, bring your stuff. And you bring over your steaks or whatever you're going to bring over, and you kind of share the grill. And it's kind of a cool thing. So I said, it'd be kind of boring, but if you bring some of my stuff over and slap it on the grill, people take notice. So anyway, we're going to say goodbye now. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the Todd and Erin daily stream. And this is more food you can cook on a stick. And the key word here is squid. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hi. How are you? Welcome to another edition of, hey, what are you doing in my kitchen? We've been doing a series on cooking stuff on a stick. This is episode 16. A lot of people, I think this is great. A lot of people are grilling parties. You take stuff over and you grill it on, everyone grills it on their same grill, and you socialize and it's awesome. And I think, you bring hot dogs. It's like, why don't you just stay home? You bring a hamburger. It's just like, really? Why don't you just drive by and throw it at the house? You got to make a statement. You got to show your stuff. And so today, cooking something on a stick, episode 16, we're going to do squid. I know what you're thinking. No, I don't. But don't turn away. I know I lost already some people. Squid. If you take a look, this is what squid looks like coming out of the freezer. This is it. I got them at one of the Asian markets. They came frozen in a pack of way too many. And this is all you have to. This is really quick, by the way. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take, one of your skewers. I've had these for 25 years. And what you're going to do is you're going to take one and you're going to push it in there and then come out here. And that's it. I'm going to just continue this all the way down. They also give you these little goodie nuggets. And I don't know why they don't leave them attached, but you can put those. Well, actually, hang on. I have an example. Hang on. Well, here you go. There you go. So you go to your party. And you can also, when you do this, you can make a nice lemon, garlic, and olive oil kind of base to it as you're cooking it. And all you have to do with the squid is when it gets translucent, it's done. Now, think about it like this. You like calamari, right? Okay, take away the breadcrumbs and the fry-a-later, and this is what you get. Go ahead and try it. I think you're going to like it. And don't forget to baste it with this. Wait a minute. Let's go show you what it looks like on the grill. Time for the squid to hit the grill here. And this will go pretty quick. We just need maybe a little lemon juice, a little garlic, parsley, a little salt. And all we're looking for is translucent. Well, there it is. Something else you can cook on a stick. We're talking squid, folks. We're talking squid, and it's looking pretty good. All right, so this is episode... I forgot. And stay tuned for more things you can cook on a stick.